Hello everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My real name is Susanna, but nobody calls me Susanna. In my real life or reality, everyone calls me Zuzia, Zuzu, whatever that entails. I thought that I should tell you a little bit about myself and my background because I haven't posted a video in about a month. And every time I do post, it's just small snippets of my life, and I never actually tell you who I am. So, without further ado, my name is Susanna. I came to the United States when I was 3 years old. So originally, I was born in Poland. When I was just a tiny itty little baby, my parents got divorced when I was 3 months old. And in that time, my mom found someone else, and then we ended up moving to the United States. I'm not going to tell you what state I live in or where, but basically I live in the US and I have for my whole life. I have 2 siblings, step-siblings, and another 2 step-siblings. So I have 4 siblings in total. However, I have no real blood sibling. I'm one of one, just like most of you are. I'm so sorry. My cat, that's my cat. So her name is Ivy, but none of us actually call her Ivy. We call her Kicia, which in Polish that means like cat or pussy. But anyways, yeah, my name is Susanna. I am 22 years old and I live in the US. And yeah, I'm just a normal being like most of you. I have huge goals for my future. I really want to succeed like most of the world does. I know exactly what I want. But then the question comes is like, how do you obtain this? And how do you know which path is yours? But I think what I've learned throughout this time is that there's no wrong way to go. Because even if you go in the wrong direction, you'll somehow end up where you're meant to be. And I can't tell you how this works, but I believe in the universe. About 4 years ago, I went down the spiritual path. Not that I really wanted it, it just happened. And these 4 years have been, like everyone says, a roller coaster. I went through several ups and downs. I thought my life was gonna go this way, it went that way. And life never really works out the way you want it to. That's another thing I learned. You may want something to work out this way, but life will always throw obstacles and challenges in the way. I've learned so many lessons, and I think the most important thing that I learned is it's 2023 right now. In 2020, I went to London. I went in September during the COVID pandemic. That's a whole nother topic I could speak about, but we're not going to talk about that. So I went during COVID, and my original plan was to live there, right? I had this whole plan that I was going to move to London, live with my dad. My dad lives in London. I live with my mom in the US. So I went to London for 4 months. I spent there. I was miserable. I would do everything by myself. I was highly independent. I didn't have any friends out there, really no one to rely on. I would go out literally in the middle of London. Keep in mind, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing when I'm there. Because it's a whole new environment for me. Yeah, I did visit London prior to that, but never really to this extent. So I went and I visited so much and I saw new sights. I went through new experiences. But truly, I think I went through what people say, the dark night of the soul, where you go through a whole shit show in order to figure out who you are. And despite it being a really horrible 4 months for me, it was honestly temporary. And that's another thing I learned in life, that everything is temporary. nothing is actually set in stone. You can change your life whenever. You can change the course of your life whenever you want to. And you don't have to be defined by words or what people say or who people think you are. So I went to London, whatever. I figured out who I was in that 4 months, and I came back to the US, and I realized that my old way of living did not correspond with who I was anymore. So I quit my job that I had before leaving, and I basically started a whole new life. I met my boyfriend, who I've been with for now almost 2 years, about 2 years and a month, and I am a completely different person. I remember the first day that I went to London in 2020. On the top of my dad's stairs in his house, he has a canvas portrait that says, "If you change your mind, you change your life." And I never really understood that until like a year later or now. So during those 4 months, I went through a lot of growth. I spent a lot of time alone, obviously, and I was continuously like painting and journaling. Journaling is a huge thing for me. Unfortunately, like I don't really do it as much, but like I literally have my journal right here, and I probably went through like 7 of them over the past few years. So I journaled every day. I was manifesting. I was meditating. I went through a whole like meditation like journey. I don't really do it as much anymore because 1, time, and 2, I think there comes a point in everyone's journey where you kind of just step back and realize like who you've become. You don't necessarily have to meditate every day. It is a really positive habit to do. But as long as you have awareness and like can understand like the presence and perception, then I think that like meditation is not everything. However, if your mind is like constantly talking to you and you feel out of place, maybe meditation is good. So yeah, I finally figured out what that meant, that canvas portrait that meant when you change your mind, you change your life. Sorry, I was about to sneeze. And during that time and after that time of going to London, I was rewiring my brain, my subconscious mind, like constantly, like over and over and over again. I was changing my thought patterns. I was implementing positive thoughts. I was doing the I am affirmations. And nowadays I see that my past thoughts really affect my present self or my future self, and if we look back. So what I'm trying to say is that like if you do change your mind, your life does change, because your mind is an internal thing that reflects your external reality. So if you're going to think negatively, you're going to be depressed. You're going to be living in a shit reality, and so on. Obviously, not every thought will come out on the external, but if you constantly think the same way, then you're going to be living the same way, and the same outcome will occur. So I found that changing my mind did change my life. And another book, another thing is, hold on, give me 1 second. My friend from high school, before I really started like my journey, my spiritual journey, I was like constantly reading, and he DM'd me on Instagram and told me to read this book, and it's called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. I don't know. This book, I would say, literally changed my life. It taught me about meditation, your thought patterns, your negative self, your subconscious mind. And this is how I really like actually changed my life, by reading this. Obviously other shit too. But I would highly recommend reading this. It is a lengthy book, I'm not gonna lie, but the information in it is knowledge that you won't find somewhere else, basically. So yeah, nowadays I still try to control my mind, obviously. I recognize that my mind is not exactly a part of me. My thoughts don't define who I am at all, because in reality, I'm the observer of my thoughts. I'm not my thoughts. The person that you hear in your brain is not you. I just want you to know that it's not. Your consciousness or your soul is the one recognizing the thoughts going through your head, but it's in your power to believe them or to not believe them. So what I'm trying to say is don't believe the negative thoughts and believe the good thoughts. Because belief tied with emotion can destroy a whole world or do really good things. So yeah, nowadays, like I said, I'm still pretty positive, I would say. I think that I'm a whole different person than I was. I don't have many friends. I really don't go out much. Right now I work 2 jobs, and I also am doing school full time. So it is quite hard. I'm studying business administration because I really like learning about the economy, business, finance. These are things that I have a lot of interest in. However, I have a lot of other passions. Like, I really love animals. I can't say I've ever worked with animals, so I can't say that I know anything about the career or whatnot, but like anytime I see animals in public, I feel like drawn to them. I feel connected to animals. I feel very connected to nature. Whenever I see animals on like social media, I'm always so happy, or like likewise I'm sad because of what happened to them. So animals are another big passion of mine. And in addition to that, I do like skincare. I thought about going into the esthetician like route of things. However, I'm not sure. And what else? I like beauty, also like makeup, but I think I'm more into skincare than makeup. There's one more thing I wanted to add, but I don't remember. Shit. It's okay. But I I really like entrepreneurship. I like the idea of money and everything. However, I also see the world in a different way than most people, so I don't know if anything's worth it. I've had a lot of spiritual awakenings and I have a lot of awareness, so unfortunately, I see the bad in the world, and there's a lot of bad in this world, and we could really change this world. However, I'm not the government, I'm not the people who make the rules, and in reality, we'd have to change so much for everything to change. So that's a little bit about myself. It's already 12 minutes in. I don't really know what else to tell you. I'm a really hardworking person, but at the same time, I really like to relax and have a day off like today. Sundays are typically my day off. I have off every Sunday. However, the rest of my week is packed. I have school, work, and there's a lot going on. But before this year, like 2 years ago, I learned about how when you're in your 20s, this is really a time to grind and like figure out what you want to do in life and how you can build your future. And right now I'm in a period of hustle, and obviously it's not something I love to do. I don't want to work my life away or slave for a company that doesn't give a fuck about me, because in reality of things, no business or company actually cares about anyone. They care about themselves. But there is the 2% of people that actually do care. But it's just important to know that people do care about you, and you really got to change your mind in order to change your life. Doors will open, new opportunities will arise, and essentially you'll be a new version of yourself that you never knew even existed. But that's the coolest thing about life, is that we're always changing, and you may thought you knew this person, or you may thought you knew this version of you. You thought that you were this version of you, but turns out you're not at all. You're not that person at all. Other than that, another passion of mine. I just remembered. I love learning about the universe, souls, astrology. I guess that has something to do with like the whole spiritual side, maybe. I'm super into that. I'm super into like energy and learning about people, reading people. And And I never thought that back then that this is who I would be. But I've learned so much over the past few years, and I think I've really grown and evolved as a soul and a human being, because essentially you're a soul, but you're also a human being. So your soul is here to fulfill your human being's journey on this earth. So yeah, my name is Zuzana, like I told you, but I'm here fulfilling Zuzana's destiny, or my soul's destiny, but my soul's name is not Zuzana. I don't know if that makes any sense, and if you're not really on the same wavelength, I am not sure that you'll understand, and you might think I'm crazy. But if you know, you know, and maybe you'll find out eventually. I've learned the hard way too, is that like I can't wake anybody up, and that's for you to figure out if you're on that journey or not. But life is good. I'm grateful for my life, and you should be really grateful for your life. I think implementing gratitude was another huge thing that really helped me change my life. And I also have a vision board in front of me. I really would recommend doing a vision board. You're not supposed to show people them, just so you know. But it's basically just like a huge like board. I don't know what they're called. But it's a huge board, and you print out photos or cut out magazines, and then you like place a tack into them, and you're supposed to like, this is the life that you want is on the board, and you're supposed to work towards that. But like I said, I have huge goals in mind. I really hope that I meet people on my journey that want to go to the same place that I'm going to. And it's hard though, because you know, we meet people that we're meant to meet, but in some periods of time, we don't meet anyone, because we're supposed to reflect on ourselves and grow by ourselves. But I'm here to also remind you to enjoy your human life. Not everyone obviously will resonate with what I'm saying at all, because some people just don't believe in spirituality. Some people believe in God and religion, and that's okay to believe in that, but it's just something I don't believe in. So maybe there is a God, but it's not a person. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not a human being. It's source, it's energy, it's consciousness. And we're all just consciousness. And we're all just energy. We're literally molecules and atoms. That's it. And somehow we're in physical reality too, which makes no fucking sense to me, but yeah. What else can I tell you? My favorite color is purple. However, I like most colors. I'm not really like, I love this color. Like, I really like green and white and purple and blue, pink. I like a lot of colors. Energy-wise, my aura is very different from my energy that comes off. So my aura is very like yellow or green, but my energy is very like blunt and direct and darker. I like money. Actually, I love money, but money is actually worth nothing. It's not worth anything. It used to be, but now it's just paper. I really want to make it to the top, and I will make it to the top. I know that I'll be where I've always thought I was supposed to be. Some people are just meant for some things, and I believe I'm one of those people in the nicest way possible. Just enjoy life and don't take it for granted, because death is a huge part of life, and death is not something you should fear, because we all die, and when we die, we're not really dead. It's just like our body that dies, but our soul doesn't. Excuse me. So yeah, we die as our human selves, but we're constantly evolving, because energy just transforms into something else. My favorite animal is probably a frog. I really fuck with pandas too recently. I don't know why. Oh, and I love cats, obviously, because I have a cat. I don't really care. I like a lot of animals. I like watching anime. Naruto. I love Naruto. It honestly is like the best show. And there's so many lessons in it too that you can learn, and just like makes me really happy. I did really like to read. However, it's not really something I do now. I don't really have time. I do like to paint. This is something that I painted a few like weeks ago. That's supposed to be me sleeping in my bed, and I was gonna add like a bunch of shit into this cloud or my thoughts, but I kind of stopped. So yeah, I guess that's it. Love your life, customize your character, do shit that you want to do, and just know that each one of us is so different from one another, but we'll meet who we're we'll meet who we're meant to meet. And I really hope that you get to see the world and travel, because there's beauty everywhere if you, I don't want to say look for it, but if you just stay and see. So yeah, it was very nice to meet you. If you have any questions or you want to know anything about me, just comment. And you know, I don't know, let me know what you want to hear from me, what you want to see. I would really like to form a group of like-minded friends, or a group of individuals who I know we can talk about important matters and grow in the right direction and that type of stuff, because I don't have many people around me that are maybe on the same wavelength or like the same things as me. So if you like anything what I talked about, let me know. We can form a nice little group chat and talk about plans, and maybe even meet one day. I don't know, but I hope you guys have a really good day today. Stay happy. So yeah, goodbye everybody.